Canada is more than just a nation. It is a living, breathing masterpiece of nature. From its frozen tundras to lush rainforests, towering peaks to endless prairies, Canada remains one of the last frontiers where wilderness still roars with unapologetic force. Canada's wild heart is not just a place. It's the spirit of a land untouched by time. In this video, we embark on an epic journey through ancient landscapes, sacred indigenous territories, and breathtaking natural wonders that reveal the soul of a continent. If you're ready to witness the raw beauty of Canada, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the adventure. That electrifying promise of untold wonders we hinted at? Well, it's about to materialize as the sheer, jaw-dropping immensity of Canada's geographical canvas unfolds right before your eyes. We're talking about a dominion sprawling over a staggering 10 million square kilometers. Think about that, second only to Russia in sheer size, and its personality, etched by the most incredible monumental diversity. So, picture this: Canada's western horizon, fiercely guarded by those colossal stone titans, the legendary Rocky Mountains. Snow-capped peaks don't just sit there. They pierce an azure sky, their slopes draped in dense, ancient forests, veritable cathedrals of cedar, and fir that look like dark green oceans cascading downwards.
We're all waiting to see the highest summit in Canada, Mount Robson. It's going to be just around this bend.
If you look towards the back,
that
is Mount Robson right there. 1,972 feet, just below 4,000 meters.
We can see it. The top is a little clouded in today.
And nestled within this rugged grandeur, crystal clear lakes, their surfaces so pristine and unbelievably transparent, mirror the heavens with flawless accuracy. It's a world of serene, untouched beauty that feels eons away from any human touch. Pretty wild, right? But hold on, because Canada is profoundly a land of contrasts. As the formidable presence of the Rockies gracefully recedes eastward, the whole terrain undergoes this dramatic, almost theatrical transformation. Suddenly, the earth flattens, stretching into what seems an endless golden sea, the Great Canadian Prairies. Ever seen anything like it? These are landscapes of absolutely breathtaking openness, a seemingly infinite expanse where the horizon itself seems to dance and play tricks on your eyes. Imagine fields of golden wheat swaying rhythmically in the wind, an undulating ocean of grain that speaks volumes about the agricultural heartland of a nation. Can you truly picture that sheer scale? The sky utterly dominating your view in every single direction, making you feel both incredibly small and yet deeply connected to something vast and ancient. It's a feeling that stays with you. Our visual journey continues, sweeping further east still, where the very passage of millennia has sculpted and softened the topography. Here, you'll find the ancient Appalachian Mountains. Their forms are more rounded, their peaks less aggressive than their western cousins, telling silent tales of deep time, whispering of geological epochs, long past. Crystal clear rivers meander through forests of equally ancient trees, carving paths of peace and tranquility, offering a distinct, almost contemplative atmosphere, a true sanctuary from the relentless rush of the modern world. This constant, flowing visual transition between such dramatically different landscapes, it just hammers home Canada's profound geographical diversity. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What silent stories do these time-worn Appalachian rivers carry from the deep heart of the land, and what powerful narratives are held within their serene, flowing currents? From these time-worn mountains and sprawling plains, an undeniable roar begins to echo, growing louder, pulling us towards an upcoming spectacle of raw, thundering power, a force of nature that carves the very border of nations. What on earth could command such attention? You're about to find out. That thundering echo we just mentioned, the one pulling us forward from those ancient plains? Oh, you know it when you feel it vibrating deep in your chest. It's the unmistakable voice of Niagara Falls, a raw, earth-shaking testament to nature's untamed power, where what feels like millions of tons of water perform a daily, death-defying plunge. You genuinely hear it long before you ever see it. And then, bam! The scene just explodes before your very eyes. It's overwhelming.
There's a rainbow in the falls. So cool.
Look at that, there's almost a double rainbow. The second one is really faint, but it's there.
Imagine this. Not one, but three distinct, mighty cataracts. There's the iconic Horseshoe Falls, curved and immensely powerful, mostly on the Canadian side, its unique shape giving it that legendary name. Then you have the American Falls and the more delicate, aptly named Bridal Veil Falls, each a marvel in its own right, contributing to the awe-inspiring triptych. The sheer volume of water is just staggering, mind-boggling. It creates this colossal billowing curtain of mist that drifts for miles, and the ground beneath your feet, it vibrates with raw energy. Thousands of visitors take those famous boat trips, like the Maid of the Mist or Hornblower, right into the swirling, drenching chaos at the base. You're soaked, your heart's pounding with pure adrenaline. But the feeling of awe? Absolutely, utterly, unforgettable. You just have to feel that spray on your face, hear that roar in your ears, to truly believe it. Hit like if you've been there or if it's on your bucket list. But Canada's incredible water story doesn't just end with this dramatic, almost violent display. Not by a long shot. Venture further inland from Niagara's roar, and you encounter a freshwater system so vast, so immense, it genuinely feels like you're staring out at inland seas. These are the Great Lakes. We're talking 5 interconnected titans: Superior, Huron, Michigan, Erie, and Ontario, together forming the largest system of freshwater lakes on the entire planet.
If you were to drink half a gallon of water a day, it would take you 16.4 trillion years to drink all of the water in Lake Superior. In other words, Lake Superior is big.
Let's just zoom in on Lake Huron for a moment. A true natural treasure. It's famous for housing the Manitoulin Islands, the world's largest freshwater archipelago. Picture stunning beaches giving way to virgin forests. A tapestry of unique and vital ecosystems. Then there's Lake Ontario, playing a crucial role as a navigation route, channeling waters into the St. Lawrence River and onwards to the Atlantic, past the bustling metropolis of Toronto on its shore. And here's a cool little geographical fact that not everyone knows. Lake Michigan, though one of this majestic set, lies entirely within the United States, a magnificent shared marvel at the border. How about that for international waters? These waters, both furious like Niagara and serenely vast like the Great Lakes, are more than just pretty spots on a map. They are absolute lifelines. They are vital ecosystems and crucial economic pillars, supporting industry, transportation, fishing, and, of course, tourism. But what incredible life! What fantastic beasts thrive in and around these waters, and in the even colder, wilder currents of Canada's far-flung coasts. Get ready, because that's where we're headed next. Leaving the vast freshwater systems that pulse through the continent's heartland, our exploration now pivots dramatically, taking a sharp turn northward. We're leaving behind those more temperate lifelines for a realm where water assumes a more formidable, crystalline state, and where existence itself is an intricate, high-stakes dance of adaptation. Canada's formidable Arctic. Can you even imagine a world sculpted primarily from ice and an almost palpable, echoing silence? A domain where the sun itself performs these extraordinary, almost magical temporal illusions. This is northern Canada, an immense, sprawling wilderness that encompasses the Northwest Territories and Nunavut. It's where the Arctic tundra stretches as far as the eye can comprehend. A stark, yet hauntingly beautiful canvas of hardy vegetation clinging tenaciously to frozen soil. A permafrost that guards ancient, unrevealed secrets of Earth's past. What do you think those secrets might be? Let me know in the comments. In these boreal and Arctic expanses, survival isn't just a skill. It dictates form, function, and every facet of life. Think about the polar bear, the undisputed monarch of this icy domain and the planet's largest terrestrial carnivore. This isn't merely an animal. It's an evolutionary masterpiece, meticulously engineered by millennia of polar winters for extreme cold. Its massive body, insulated by incredibly dense fur and a thick, vital layer of fat, navigates the freezing Arctic climate with an imposing, deliberate grace. And here's a cool fact. Its iconic white fur, it's a clever optical illusion. Each hair is transparent and hollow, scattering light to create that quintessential snowy appearance, a perfect camouflage that can, interestingly, adopt a yellowish hue after prolonged exposure to the summer sun. The town of Churchill, Manitoba, perched on the wild shores of Hudson Bay, becomes a critical, almost sacred theater for these ice kings.
There's more polar bears than people.
Every fall, hundreds of polar bears converge here, an ancient, strategic migration driven by the seasonal congregation of seals, their primary prey, as the bay's ice begins to form.
Well, it makes your heart race. It's almost a feeling of awe. Polar bears are they're such a beautiful creature.
They're fluffy, they're playful, they're very intelligent.
I actually saw a mom and two cubs today, and it just kind of took my breath away.
They're curious and they're wonderful animals, but they're to be respected.
It's an incredibly powerful demonstration of an ecosystem in dynamic motion, a natural phenomenon that rightly draws observers and scientists from every corner of the globe. It's a spectacle that makes you think, doesn't it? Yet the polar bear is not the sole sovereign of this vast white desert. The Arctic fox, a smaller, almost impossibly agile hunter, glides with spectral silence across the seemingly endless tundra. Its brilliant white winter coat is far more than just seasonal attire. It's a crucial instrument of survival, a seamless, almost magical blend with the snow and ice that deceives both keen-eyed predators and wary prey alike. Its dark, piercing eyes seem to hold the very mysteries of this frigid expanse as it meticulously, silently navigates its territory. The environmental extremes of the Arctic also manifest in some of the most breathtaking celestial displays imaginable on Earth. As prolonged, deep darkness envelops these northern latitudes for significant portions of the year. The night sky frequently, and with little warning, ignites with the aurora borealis, the northern lights. This is no mere light show, folks. It's a dynamic, ethereal ballet of vibrant greens, purples, and reds, painting vast, silent, shimmering symphonies across the inky canvas of the heavens. It's a spectacle so profoundly enchanting, so otherworldly. It draws witnesses from around the world, all eager to experience this celestial magic firsthand. Have you ever seen it? This vivid display contrasts sharply with the unique conditions of the Arctic summer, which ushers in the equally fascinating phenomenon of the midnight Sunday. Imagine this, daylight persisting for a full 24 hours, creating a surreal, unending day that challenges all conventional rhythms of life and sleep. And amidst this stark, often unforgiving beauty, the Dane and Inuit peoples have not just survived. They have cultivated rich, deeply resilient cultures for millennia. Their ancestral wisdom, passed meticulously through generations, reflects a profound, almost spiritual, symbiotic connection to this land. Ancient traditions such as the ingenious construction of igloos, highly skilled hunting of seals and whales, and the creation of intricate, beautiful crafts from bone, wood, and animal skins are not mere historical artifacts. They are vibrant, living testaments to human adaptability, resourcefulness, and artistry flourishing within the intense rigors of the Arctic environment. Their societies are a crucial part of the Arctic narrative, demonstrating how human ingenuity and deep respect for nature can lead to thriving communities in even the planet's most demanding landscapes. From the dramatic, ice-sculpted fjords to the rugged peaks of the Arctic mountain range, the resilience here is just inspiring. The Arctic, therefore, is so much more than a desolate, empty expanse. It's a region of critical ecological balance, showcasing unique biological adaptations and an enduring, vital human heritage. It holds ancient secrets within its frozen soil, secrets that may yet tell us even more about our planet's dynamic past and its uncertain future. But now, as our journey compels us southward from this incredible land of ice and light, what other giants, shaped by equally demanding, though vastly different, Canadian landscapes await our discovery? You won't want to miss what's next, as our journey compellingly draws us southward from the luminous, ice-bound expanse of the Arctic. The nature of Canada's giants begins to shift, revealing new masters of different domains. That's a sport, and the survival challenges transform, certainly, but the inherent wildness and the sheer scale of life, those remain profoundly impressive. Trust me, deep within Canada's formidable mountain sanctuaries, like the imposing Rocky Mountains, and across its sprawling, seemingly endless boreal forests, colossal figures navigate their territories with an almost mythical presence. They truly embody the untamed spirit of these less frigid, yet equally demanding, Canadian landscapes. Ready to meet them? First, let's talk about the grizzly bear, a powerful subspecies of the brown bear and an undeniable monarch of the Rocky Mountains. This isn't just any bear, it's an icon, easily recognizable by its distinctive shoulder hump, a mass of muscle powering its digging prowess, and a coat that varies remarkably in color from shades of deep, chocolate brown to near black, and even a grizzled, silvery gray. The grizzly is a potent symbol of true wilderness, but this is not merely a large animal, it's a crucial keystone species, whose very presence shapes its ecosystem in profound ways. Its formidable claws, sometimes as long as human fingers, and its incredibly powerful forelimbs are not just for show. They are precision tools, perfectly adapted for scaling steep, treacherous cliffs in pursuit of high country forage, or for digging tenaciously for calorie-rich roots and bulbs hidden deep beneath the earth. The significance of this creature transcends mere biology. For many Indigenous peoples, the grizzly bear is deeply revered, often seen as a powerful spirit, intrinsically linked to the primal forces of nature, sometimes even believed to be capable of controlling the elements. This is a testament to its profound and lasting impact on the cultural landscape as well as the physical one. What a legacy, eh? However, the grizzly bear does not hold solitary reign over all of Canada's vast forested kingdoms. If you descend from those high-altitude mountain strongholds into the vast, often labyrinthine expanse of the boreal forest, that great green belt circling the north, a different kind of ursine sovereign is encountered. The sleek, and often more elusive, black bear, with its characteristic shiny black coat. Though, surprise, it sometimes appears in brown, blonde, or even cinnamon phases, and with an elegant, almost fluid bearing. The black bear moves with surprising, almost cat-like nimbleness through the dense undergrowth. It is a highly adaptable omnivore, a true generalist. Its diet a shifting mosaic of wild fruits and berries in the summer and fall, protein-rich insects, and occasionally small mammals or carrion. Its role as a crucial disperser of seeds and a shaper of the forest's understory is vital to the health of the entire forest ecosystem. And venturing deeper still, into the very heart of these vast boreal forests and the life-rich wetlands that punctuate the majestic Canadian territory, another true giant commands our absolute attention. The moose. We're talking about the largest member of the deer family, a creature of truly incomparable size and an almost understated, gangly grace. Its imposing presence, often silhouetted against the early morning mist rising from a lake, becomes a living legend, an unforgettable image of the North. The male's immense, wide, and flat antlers, truly a spectacle of natural engineering, are shed and regrown each year. These massive structures, sometimes resembling the gnarled branches of an ancient tree, serve not only as formidable weapons for defense against predators like wolves and bears, and for asserting dominance over rival males, but also as potent, irresistible instruments of seduction during the critical autumn mating season. The rut. The moose, a prodigious eater, sustains itself on a varied diet of vegetation found in the rich, moist lands of its preferred habitat, from nutrient-rich aquatic plants pulled from the bottom of ponds and lakes in summer to tons of woody-browsed twigs and shrubs throughout the long winter. Indeed, the forest floor itself becomes a living chronicle of their often secret lives. Trees heavily scratched and rubbed by moose antlers, the remnants of berries and fruits gnawed by black bears, and the deep, unmistakable footprints pressed firmly into the soft earth or snow. Each sign is more than just a track. It's a vital narrative thread, a subtle clue pulling us deeper into the intricate, complex, and deeply interconnected world of these forest monarchs and mountain phantoms. It makes you feel like a detective in the wild, doesn't it? Hit that like button if you agree. But while these incredible giants command the deep forests and rugged mountains, other, very different domains, the vast open plains and the wild, dramatic Pacific coast, are home to their own unique legends, each with its own epic story of survival and power. So, the question is, what rulers will we find there? Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this next part of our journey. The forests and mountains of Canada have certainly shown us their titans, their sheer power and majesty, leaving us breathless. But the call of different legends completely different stories of survival and raw, untamed power, now pulls our gaze towards other, equally awe-inspiring domains within this vast land. First, I want you to picture this: a journey with us out onto the great Canadian prairies. Imagine a sky so vast it's like an endless canvas of the most impossible, vivid blue. It's here that ancient echoes resonate with the thunderous hoofbeats of the mighty bison. Can you hear them? Imagine these magnificent creatures, the bison, great herds of them, moving like a living, breathing, shaggy sea across those golden, undulating grasslands. These aren't just inhabitants of the plains. They are, or at least were, the very sculptors of these sprawling ecosystems. Their immense movements and constant grazing habits shaping the land for millennia. And for the indigenous peoples who've roamed these plains for countless generations, the bison, or buffalo as they're often called, were everything. The very essence of life. We're talking sustenance, tools, clothing, shelter from their hides, and a profound, deeply ingrained spiritual connection to the land. That's a level of respect and reliance that's hard for us to even comprehend today. What a heritage. And their resilience? It's something else, truly. You have to witness them on a bone-chilling prairie winter night, temperatures plummeting far below freezing, their massive shoulders and powerful necks working like living plows, digging relentlessly through deep, crusted snowdrifts just to find the life-sustaining grasses hidden beneath. They don't just survive the harshest conditions imaginable. They face them head-on with this quiet, unyielding, almost stoic tenacity. But here's a little secret. Something that feels almost mystical about these prairie ghosts. As storms gather on the horizon and the skies begin to boil with an ominous fury, the bison don't flee. Nope. They turn to face the freezing, driving wind head-on, absorbing its brutal impact with a calm, unshakable defiance that only nature itself truly understands. It's as if they inherently know that the forces of the wild are to be respected. Yes, profoundly so, but never, ever feared. Pretty incredible behavior, wouldn't you say? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But hold on, because our story shifts gears again as our journey sweeps us far west, towards the cold, crystal clear, and often turbulent coastal waters of the Canadian Pacific. Here, against a dramatic backdrop of snow-capped mountains plunging into the sea and lush, emerald-green rainforests, the orcas, often called the wolves of the sea, paint the landscape with their elegant, powerful, and utterly captivating movements. Their striking black and white bodies are such a stunning, almost graphic contrast against the deep blue or gray of the water and the vibrant greens of the forests. It's like watching a living, breathing mosaic of color and power in constant fluid motion. And their intelligence? Seriously, it's off the charts. During a hunt, their coordinated group attacks are nothing short of a breathtaking display of intricate cooperation, sophisticated communication, and brilliant strategy. Each individual orca contributes to a complex plan, resulting in an almost guaranteed success when they target seals, sea lions, or even larger prey. That's sheer brilliance at work in the wild. Then, just when you think you've seen the peak of predator prowess, our journey takes us back, inland, to the rugged grandeur of the Rocky Mountains. Why? Because another master hunter, an indomitable spirit of the high country, roams there. The Arctic wolf. Yes, Arctic wolves in the Rockies. These masters of shadow and snow move with an almost ghostly silence through the icy alpine vastness and the dense subalpine forests, often in tightly knit packs bound by deep, complex, and ancestral social bonds. Each pack is like a miniature, highly organized society, governed by a clear, though often subtly maintained, hierarchy, shaped with the precision of a finely tuned orchestra. And their communication, that haunting symphony of howls echoing through the mountain valleys, each call laden with specific meaning. From territorial declarations to calls for assembly, it's a sound that defines the wild. What few truly grasp, though, is their fascinating dispersal behavior. A critical rite of passage where young wolves, typically between 1 and 3 years old, leave the safety and familiarity of their birth pack. They embark alone on incredibly uncertain, often perilous journeys, sometimes crossing hundreds, even thousands, of kilometers in search of new, unoccupied territories or a potential mate to form their very own pack. This dispersal is crucial for genetic diversification and the long-term health and resilience of the wolf population. Talk about a courageous leap into the unknown. From windswept prairie to jagged mountain peak to stormy, life-filled sea, Canada's wildlife tells truly epic, unforgettable tales of adaptation, intelligence, and survival. But believe me, our incredible journey across this land isn't over yet. Not by a long shot. What other wonders, what different spectacles await us on its famed Atlantic shores, where the land meets the vast ocean in a dramatic, rugged, and timeless embrace. You're going to want to stick around for that. Having traversed the formidable interior landscapes of Canada and witnessed the diverse, often elusive, wildlife across its breadth, our continental journey now irresistibly sweeps eastward. We're drawn by the undeniable maritime allure and the uniquely rugged beauty of Canada's Atlantic provinces. This, folks, is our final destination on this particular exploration. A captivating region where the provinces of Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and New Brunswick collectively offer a profound, almost musical symphony of crashing ocean waves, historically rich communities, utterly charming fishing villages, and truly breathtaking coastal landscapes. You can almost taste the salt in the air already, can't you? The very character, the soul, of this entire region is intrinsically dictated by its intimate, often tempestuous, and deeply respectful relationship with the vast Atlantic Ocean. Let's first consider Nova Scotia, its very name echoing its Scottish heritage, New Scotland. Its vibrant capital, Halifax, stands as a pulsating, historic hub of art, music, and a burgeoning gastronomy scene, all centered around the strategically vital Halifax Harbor, one of the world's largest and deepest natural ice-free ports. It's a city that lives and breathes its maritime history. But venture beyond this urban vibrancy, and the province truly reveals its coastal heart, famed for its quintessential, postcard-perfect, charming fishing villages. Think of places like the iconic Lunenburg, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, no less, with its distinctive, brightly colored wooden architecture climbing the hills from the harbor, and the ruggedly picturesque Peggy's Cove, where the lighthouse stands as a stoic sentinel against the relentless might of the Atlantic. For those seeking a bit more adventure, Lawrencetown Beach offers a surfer's paradise, its powerful waves a magnet for thrill seekers. And then there's the world-renowned Cabot Trail in Cape Breton, an absolute must-see if you ever get the chance. It's a scenic drive of such panoramic coastal and mountain views that it consistently ranks among the planet's most beautiful road trips. You'll want your camera ready for that. Believe me. Now, journey further north and east with us, to Newfoundland and Labrador, a province that presents an even rawer, more elemental, and profoundly wild face of Atlantic Canada. Here, deep, glacier-carved fjords dramatically incise the coastline, and stark, rugged mountains meet the cold sea with an almost intimidating grandeur. This is truly a land of profound, often inhospitable, yet utterly captivating beauty. Imagine colossal icebergs, calved from ancient Greenlandic glaciers, drifting majestically offshore each spring and early summer, a surreal, silent, and transient spectacle of nature's immense power. And Gross Moor National Park, another jewel and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a geological marvel. Its exposed earth mantle and stark tablelands offer a rare, accessible glimpse into the planet's deep tectonic history. It's like an open textbook on geology.
So this is a wonderful specimen of peridotite from the Gross Moor National Park. Now, when it was deep under the earth, it was this very deep green colour, and that's because of a mineral called olivine. But the moment we bring that to the surface, it reacts with the oxygen in the atmosphere, and we get this characteristic rusty red surface that evokes feelings of even being on Mars.
The diverse fauna here, including magnificent humpback whales breaching in coastal waters and countless species of seabirds nesting on cliffs, further underscores the region's critical ecological significance. Every turn truly brings a discovery. A gentler, though no less captivating, allure is found in Prince Edward Island. As it's affectionately known, arrival here, perhaps via the impressive Confederation Bridge, which spans the Northumberland Strait, immediately reveals a landscape where vibrant, iron-rich red cliffs dramatically meet the ocean, contrasting sharply with rolling green fields, and neatly kept farms that seem to stretch infinitely under wide, open skies. Its famous golden sand beaches invite long, peaceful walks, the gentle sound of the waves a soothing balm. And the island's character? It shifts enchantingly with each distinct season, from the vibrant floral displays of spring to sun-drenched idyllic summers, and then autumns ablaze with a full spectrum of warm, fiery tones. It's a place where the pace of life just seems to slow down. Finally, crossing the Confederation Bridge from Prince Edward Island, or journeying overland, we enter New Brunswick, one of Canada's 4 founding provinces. This is a region that presents a rich tapestry of deep history, extensive, often untouched virgin forests, and a stunning winding coast where the powerful tides of the Bay of Fundy, the highest in the world, meet charming cities and quaint towns. It's also a significant cultural mosaic, where French, particularly Acadian, and English traditions and languages have historically intertwined, sometimes uneasily but ultimately forming a unique and vibrant bilingual community. Indeed, every single cove, cliff, and harbor along this entire extensive Atlantic Canadian coastline seems to whisper ancient tales of hardy seafaring legends, of tragic shipwrecks in stormy seas, and of the incredibly resilient communities that have drawn their sustenance, their livelihood, and their very identity from the challenging yet rewarding embrace of the ocean for centuries. You can feel history all around you. From the Atlantic's powerful embrace, our grand tour of Canada's wild territories and storied regions indeed nears its end, prompting that final, lingering question: what lasting echoes will this immense, diverse, and untamed land leave in our hearts and our collective understanding? And so, as this incredible journey through Canada's wild territories concludes, it's clear that its echoes, its profound and varied impressions, will undoubtedly resonate long after the immediate experience of exploring it fades from view. What an adventure it's been, right? Just think about it. We have traversed a dominion of absolutely staggering scale and truly breathtaking variety. We've ventured from the profound, icy stillness and unique challenges of the Arctic to the thunderous, elemental, almost violent power of Niagara Falls. We've stood in awe of the majestic, snow-crowned peaks of the Rocky Mountains and wandered through the time-worn, tranquil, ancient beauty of the Maritimes. And along the way, we have encountered such incredible, resilient wildlife, each species a living masterclass in adaptation, thriving in landscapes where nature's raw grandeur is often the paramount, undeniable force. If there's one central recurring theme that has woven itself throughout this entire exploration, it has been Canada as a land where these vast, often remarkably untouched environments, and the diverse wildlife they cradle, exist in a delicate, intricate, and truly awe-inspiring harmony, a dynamic, vital interplay that defines so much of this nation's unique character and global significance. It's a balance we all need to appreciate more, don't you think? Perhaps, even just through the medium of these shared words and imagined scenes, you too have felt the cool, drenching spray of the falls on your skin, heard the distant, haunting howl of a wolf under a vast, starlit northern sky, or marveled with wide eyes at the celestial, otherworldly dance of the aurora borealis. The deepest intention here has been to convey not just fleeting sights and transient sounds, but a genuine, lasting sense of connection, a feeling of having been there. Because Canada's narrative is not solely one of raw, formidable wilderness. It is a far more complex and richer interweaving of these primal, elemental forces with a deep tapestry of human history and the enduring, inspiring strength of resilient cultures, particularly those of its Indigenous peoples who have understood, respected, and navigated these very lands for millennia, holding knowledge that is more critical now than ever. That initial sense of overwhelming scale we talked about, perhaps even a form of internal tension in simply trying to comprehend such sheer immensity, ideally resolves now into a lasting sense of profound wonder and deep, abiding respect. The truly unexpected element, so often, is the sheer depth of impact that even a virtual journey into the wild can have on one's perspective, fostering a renewed appreciation for the intricate, often fragile, balances of the natural world and our human place within it. It changes you, even just a little. Ultimately, Canada's wild heart is so much more than just a delineated geographical space on a global map. It is a living, breathing, vibrant testament to the enduring power, the breathtaking beauty, and the profound complexity of the natural world in all its forms. May its untamed spirit, its vast, echoing silences, and its teeming, vibrant life inspire in all of us not only a renewed sense of wonder, which the world could always use more of, but also a deeper, more committed, and more active connection to the wild places that continue to grace our planet, wherever they may be found. Let its story encourage a renewed understanding of our responsibilities to these vital ecosystems. If this journey through Canada's wild heart has moved you, or if you've got your own incredible Canada story, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. And hey, if you want to see more epic explorations like this one, do us a huge favor. Smash that like button. Share this with your fellow adventurers and nature lovers, and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next incredible adventure. You won't regret it. Let's keep exploring and appreciating this amazing world together.